Cool kids, what it is. It's such a sad but sweet moment we is in. So cool kids, I think you know what video we're about to have today. Because of my somber tone, it's really quite okay. Don't cry too much as we end this thing. Our relationship, though changed, will continue anyway. Oh yeah, cool kids. Don't you worry. I'm still around, even though our legendary series is about to end. Although I do have an idea for one more video, but I'm going to keep that under wraps. We are in a bittersweet moment. Yes, because there is a new event occurring, a new iteration of life, of collecting. And it's not the fact that the markets are collapsing before our very eyes and all of that. That's irrelevant to what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that there's only one country left. Ooh, I have 2 coins from here. Let me go grab the other one. I'll be right back. Cool kids. Here we go. South Rhodesia, our final country. Also known to you as Zimbabwe. Oh, wow. 1942, the Zimbabwe. I paid $6.95 for this. But had I been more patient and waited till just recently, I could have had this coin, a former jewelry piece, for $1.75. Actually, $2 rather. $2. Oh boy. So, what we have here are 2 outstanding Zimbabwe coins. Zimbabwe. We got it our way. Zimbabwe. And, guys, I don't want to leave, Africa, I gotta say, just in case you guys don't know this, Africa is the hardest continent. Now, that is not to say that Central Asia is not difficult. It is. Oh, absolutely. But Africa has the distinction of having Libya, right? And South Sudan. And Algeria. And, well, guys, Mauritania is what I'm about to say. Although Burkina Faso is bad too. But Mauritania is just crazy hard. Crazy hard. And Eritrea. Right? And Nigeria. Although Nigeria is easier than I made it. I made it harder than it was. Anyway, you start throwing in countries like Tanzania, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Tonga, and Rwanda, and man, it just gets super stupid, super quick. Uganda, right? Very, very dumb. Yeah, Nigeria. But the dumbest of all is the Comoros. Which, yeah, I'm not even going to get out. It's that dumb. So there you go, guys. Africa is done, and the whole list is done. But you even got treats like Guinea, right? Even the easier countries aren't necessarily that easy. The only ones I'd say are real easy in Africa are your... Ooh, this one was hard. Yeah, Central African Republic. Yeah, that was not an easy one. The only countries I'd say were easy in Africa are the ones that belong to Portugal, because Portugal loved to make some damn coins, okay? And a lot of the British ones, like Zimbabwe, aren't that hard. So there you go. South Africa is obviously not hard. South Africa, you can get undermelt pretty solid, pretty steady. But there are just so many hard countries. Here's Mauritania, guys. And the Comoros, good luck. I had to get a medal from endorsed by them in the UN. And that was as close as I got to actually getting a coin from the Comoros. Benin's not easy. There's that ugly thing I got from Benin. Anyway, you guys get the idea. I'm not going to go on and on. So, let's talk about Zimbabwe, man. You know? That is in Asia, but it's somebody's channel symbol. And it was under melt. I got that for $10. Ooh, nice. All right. Anyway, enough of that. Djibouti's in Africa. Remember Djibouti? Oh yeah. Everyone remembers Djibouti. That's what I tell myself anyway. All right. So, the key here, guys, is that we have to really talk real quick about Zimbabwe and how that's going. And let me pause it while I find it. All right, cool kids, we're going to look at Zimbabwe. Ooh, the mana pools. Ooh, the Matobo. Ooh, forests. Ooh, waterfall. That's the same waterfall from Tanzania or something. I know I've seen that waterfall. Matsudona. Yeah, that's the same pictures from those are from Zambia. Same pictures as Zambia. Yeah. So they they doubled up. They used Zambia's pictures in Zimbabwe. Well, they're both Rhodesia, right? North and South Rhodesia. If you look here, they do border each other. Oh boy. So there we go. There's the flag. And now we're going to talk about it. Let's talk about Zimbabwe, not to be confused with Zambia. Oh, hold on. Zambia. Oh, yeah. The hawk. Oh, yeah. Officially, the Republic of Zimbabwe is a landlocked country in the southeast Africa between the Zambezi and Limpopo rivers, bordered by South Africa to the south, Botswana to the southwest, Zambia to the north, and Mozambique to the east. The capital and largest city is Harare, and the second largest city is Bulawayo. And yes, there's all the little Zimbabwe stuff. And the coat of arms with the really cool, what is that, gazelle? I don't know. Flag. Oh, no, what do they call that? Impalas. They're probably impalas. All right, here we go. There is Zimbabwe. It's in south side of Africa. 99.6 African, 0.2% white, 0.1% colored. And they're mostly Christian. Zimbabwean. Zimbo. President is Emerson Mnangagwa and Constantino Chikwinga. And I'm done saying names. It was Southern Rhodesia in 1923. Then it was was declared a republic, and oh boy, independence, republic, Zimbabwe, Rhodesia, and then the independence was recognized in 1980. Current constitution comes from 2013. Pretty freshy. Population of 16,868,409 souls. The GDP is 44 billion. There are people in the United States with more money than the whole 16 million souls. All right. Per capita income is very low. And yeah, it's bad. It's not good. I've done this enough to know when the bad stuff is coming. There we go, Zimbabwe in all of its glory. Look at that map in that deluxe premier. Midlands. Oh, there's a Victoria. Those are carryovers from the British days. Oh, wow. Country of roughly 16.6 million people as of 2024 census. Zimbabwe's largest ethnic group is the Shona, who make 80% of the population, followed by the northern and other smaller minorities. Zimbabwe has 16 official languages, and remember, diversity is always a strength, guys. Remember that. The region was long inhabited by the Sun and was settled by the Bantu peoples about, oh great, yes. But in 1980, so all that history is truncated into maybe 2 paragraphs, and then we're in 1980. So there you go. Hyperinflation. I bet we'll see some stuff. Okay. Well, let's look at the economicals. Oh boy. That's a good size. That's good. The main foreign exports of Zimbabwe are minerals, gold, and agriculture. Zimbabwe is crossed by 2 trans-African mobile automobile routes, the Cairo-Cape Town Highway and the Beira-Lobito Highway. Zimbabwe is the largest trading partner of South Africa on the continent. Taxes, tariffs are high. Well, they're both former British holdings, so that makes sense. Turd. What are you doing, turd? All right. Taxes and tariffs are high for private enterprises, while state enterprises are strongly subsidized. Well, I wonder what that is. There's a name for that. State regulation is costly to companies starting to close, and the business is slow and inexpensive. Tourism also plays a key role in the economy, but has been falling in recent years. Zimbabwe's Conservative Task Force released a report in 2007 estimated 60,000% of Zimbabwe's wildlife has died since 2000 as a result of poaching and deforestation. The report warns that the loss of life combined with widespread deforestation is potentially disastrous for the tourism industry. The information and communication technology sectors have been growing fast and furious. A report by the mobile web browser Opera 2011 rates Zimbabwe as Africa's fastest growing market. Since January 2002, the government has had its lines of credit of international finance institutions frozen through U.S. legislation called the Zimbabwe Democracy and Economic Recovery Act of 2001. Section 4C instructs the Secretary of the Treasury to direct international financial institutions to veto the extension of the loans credited to the Zimbabwe government. According to the United States, these sanctions target only 7 specific business zones controlled by the government officials and not ordinary citizens. However, who suffers?
The animals.
The animals, sure, and the ordinary citizens, who are now poaching all the animals. Probably
they're hungry.
Well, sure. That's horrible. That's horrible.
It is horrible.
It's horrible.
Once the animals are gone, there's not going to be any more food.
When the children cry, then the more we try. That's right. Oh, here we go. I remember this story. Tell me if you've heard this one before. All right. In January 2007, the government issued long-term leases to some white farmers. At the same time, however, the government also continued to demand that all remaining white farmers who were given eviction notices early vacate the land or get arrested. Mugabe pointed to foreign governments and alleged sabotage and the cause of the fall of Zimbabwean economy. Remember this, guys? The $1 trillion note, that was Zimbabwe, and they got rid of all their white farmers who knew how to farm, because they're racist AF. South Africa the same way, by the way. I'm going to say it. Sorry that hurts anybody's feelings. Guess what? Racist. And not the way you think. And so look for this in South Africa if they continue on it. Yep. Exactly. Look for it. Anyway, you guys know the story. This one's as big as Venezuela. This is recent, guys. Zimbabwe, they effed up, and they have gold, so they tried to do a gold bag thing, and actually, I think last year they came out with some coins, so check them out. They're pretty cool looking. But yeah, I'm not going to go on and on about this. Zimbabwe, you got government control of the private sector. You've got all of the perfect mix for failure, and quite honestly, you know. It couldn't happen to a more racist country. I mean, I don't think there's a more racist country on the planet, honestly. Can you think of one? Like, where overt racism is law.
It's getting that way here in the U.S.
Well, I wasn't going to go there, but
I'm
anyway.
going there.
I hear you. Anyway, guys, find all the collectibles of your dreams while you're awake. Please do me a favor and like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Zimbabwe, if you want to research it. But I mean, this has been in the news, guys. This is all over. It's old hat, and those Zimbabwe notes are really cool. A lot of people collect them, and they cost a lot more now than they did. So they're actually gaining value for the novelty. Isn't that amazing?
Notes.
Yeah, $1 trillion notes.
Yeah, I think Ricky Bobby has some.
I bet he does. He likes that kind of thing. Yep. All right, cool kid. I'm cutting that bracelet off you, mother. You've been wearing it for a week.
I've been wearing it since I got out of the hospital.
Yeah, no, we're cutting that off. All right, guys. Yeah, like, share, subscribe, ciao, and
But it's
yeah.
lovely.
I know.
It tells me who I am.
Yeah, it's the end of an era. End of an era for her bracelet. End of an era for these videos. Peace out, guys.